next question is question number 4 of the exercise, in which we are asked to use a calculator to find the following roots. So now we will use a calculator to find the square root and cube roots. So first let's start with the square roots. When we find a square root, we are looking for a number which when multiplied by itself gives the original number. So we press the square root button on the calculator and evaluate each one. I have in here solved it manually with my hand without using a calculator, but you can use both ways. So since the question asks to use a calculator, you can press the square root button and then the value 9. It will be equal to 3, because 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. Then next we are having square root of 64, which will be equal to 8, because 8 multiplied by 8 is equal to 64. Next we are having square root of 1, which is equal to 1, because 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. Square root of 4 is equal to 2, because 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. 100, the same. The square root of 100 is equal to 10, because 10 multiplied by 10 is equal to 100. Then we have the square root of 0, which is equal to 0, because 0 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. The same is the case with square root of 81, square root of 400, square root of 1296. In all of them we take square, so the square root of 1296 is 36 multiplied by 36. The square root of 400 is 20 multiplied by 20. The square root of 81 is 9 multiplied by 9. When coming to the cube root, a cube root is a number which is multiplied with itself 3 times and gives the original number. So in here, when we talk about the cube root of 8, it means it is equal to 2, because it is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 that we get the cube root of 8. Next part is the cube root of the square root of 1764. So 1764 is equal to 42, because 42 multiplied by 42 is equal to 1764. This is a square root, you have to keep in mind. Then we are having the cube root, next one. So the cube root of 1 is equal to 1, because 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. The cube root of 27 is equal to 3, because 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 27. Next we have cube root of 64, which is 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. So cube root of 64 is equal to 4. The cube root of 1000 is equal to 10, because 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 is equal to 1000. Then cube root of 216, again it is the 6 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 6. We get the cube root of 216. 729, cube root of 729 is equal to 9, because 9 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 9 is equal to 729. The R part is a cube root of 512. So 512 is cube root of 512 is equal to 8, because 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 8 is equal to 512. Let me remind you again that when we are taking a start with the cube root, so in the calculator we are having a symbol of cube root, so we have to press that and then we have to enter the number that we are having, and then press the equal sign, and we will get that number of which we have got the cube root of. Then we are having the second last part, the cube root of 1728. So we enter the cube root in our calculator, then the number 1728, then we press equal sign, and then we get 12. So The cube root of 1728 is equal to 12 because 12 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 12 is equal to 1728. The last part is the cube root of 5832. So in your calculator, we press the cube root button, then we enter the number, that is 5832 or 5832, and then we press equal sign, and we will get 18 because 18 multiplied by 18 multiplied by 18 is equal to cube root of 5832. So we do conclude that square roots deal with pairs, that is it gets multiplied with itself once, and cube root deals with the triplets. So 18 multiplied by 18 multiplied by 18, so there are 3 18s, so it means it's a triplet. And when we talk about the square root, it is a square, it means we're dealing with a pair. So that's all for question number 4. I hope the concept of finding the roots of the different roots, the values or the numbers of the square root and cube roots is getting clear through this question. That's all for now. Happy learning.